We have another great mod here by LOO, and that is True Grass. True Grass is an all-in-one, lure-friendly grass, plant and floral overhaul to reshape the Fallout 4 landscape into something more wild, more diversified, and more natural. Grass and plants and distant LODs have been redone. New grass types, flowers, plants, and even some subtle, mutated plants have been added. Landscapes now use more color tones between green and browns, with some occasional strong color spots. Most of the vegetation types are different depending on the location. The FPS hit is minimal at best. But, just in case, a performance patch is also included with the True Grass download. True Grass is compatible with any mod that only alters the trees, but it is not compatible with anything that alters the grass and plants. I made a note of this and made sure to remove my grass mods. The recommended mods with True Grass is Natural Atmospheric Commonwealth Weather and Lighting Visual Overhaul, Commonwealth Conifer Redux Trees Only Overhaul. This is a great grass mod, and there are a multitude to choose from, and this is among one of the many. I will say that I like what LOO has done here. It's got that right level of vegetation, that right level of, if you've ever been in the countryside, you know how some of those really shitty ass weeds lean over on each other and they creep out like prickly little vines, and then out of nowhere there's like one that's alive and well and it's all green and beautiful, and then the rest are all crappy looking. This captures that. If I were to nitpick anything here, it would probably be that when I'm walking towards the grass, it sort of pops in, but I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with LOO. Maybe I can adjust it in my ini, or maybe it could be just something that is an issue with Fallout within itself. I will have to delve further into this at a later time. But overall, if you're using the Commonwealth Conifer Redux and you're looking for a grass mod that isn't too visually beautiful, there are a couple that are just lush and green and lovely, and they look like football fields, you know, that sort of fake grass. It's beautiful to look at, and it's great for games like Skyrim. But I always felt that those sort of grass mods took me out of the dystopian nightmare that is Fallout 4. With this, as said by the mod author, it is truly lure friendly. So if you are on the path to a lure friendly playthrough for Fallout, then this is probably the grass mod for you. Sun's HepC Hairs by cfrrulez. The mod author has left a message, and here's one. As always, please do not donate to me. The mod author makes, as always, please do not donate to the mod author. The mod author makes bank as a single nurse. On second thought, if you have a desire to donate to the mod author, please consider donating to an animal shelter instead, because the mod author loves animals. And I have to say that is one of the best, opening descriptions for a mod I've ever read, because it's touching. Wow, like such selflessness. It is beautiful. I hope you don't mind me saying. I like animals too, until the cat vomits in my bed and then gives me that look of love. Like, good morning, asshole. I brought you treats. This is a conversion mod of the HepC Hairs from the Oblivion pack made by Hepsy. This pack does not include some of the hairstyles that were in the original mod. Many of the hairs the mod author thought were too similar to even bother converting. So, the mod author excluded the male hairs, as the mod author is not interested in that. No afros either, because the mod author doesn't like them. These hairs can be colored with any color provided by the vanilla game or by mods. This aspect took the mod author a crap load of time to figure out, as many of the assets from Oblivion did not work for Fallout 4 at all. Please appreciate the hair work the mod author put into this, and please no bitching and moaning about the mod like others have done in the mod author's past mods. Any slight annoying thing you can complain about, and the mod author will block you from all the files. Also, the mod author is not sure this mod is lore friendly or not. America is a diverse country with diverse people, so surely these hairstyles exist. I will say that the hairstyles are interesting, and to me, I feel they kind of, well, they're not lore friendly, honestly, but they also lean towards a more stylized or personalized character. The mod author's screen cap shows a very Asian design character, you know, kawaii children. Listen, I don't do Japanese very well, but Lord knows I'm a weeaboo. But anyway, if you're looking for an outlandish or a different hairstyle or something more anime focused or Japanese fantasy based, then this is probably right up your alley. This is another great mod by Mullipoff, and by the time I get it up on YouTube, it'll probably be on the hot page, or on the hot page and then gone by the time I finish this, but whatever. Vanilla HD weapons. If you hate the low detailed looks of your weapons when you're not holding them, if you want to use them for showcase in your settlement but can't stand the squared and at times completely wrong looking weapons, or you simply don't think that a few more polygons will affect your FPS and you want to get the best quality possible for your weapons, this should be for you. The Q&A. Which weapons does this mod cover? It covers each and every vanilla weapon, including the DLC weapons in the game. So what exactly does it do? It will replace every single low poly model for every single vanilla weapon with high poly counterparts, used for player characters. The thing is that there are two models for each weapon used. One is a fully detailed high poly model that is used when you are holding the gun in first or third person, it doesn't really matter. And the other is a low detailed model used for NPCs and simply in the world. It means that as soon as you drop your weapon, it will immediately switch to a low poly model. Is it compatible with retexture mods? Both the player and world models of the minigun will now use the 3D model for rounds instead of the 2D paper model. Yes, the animation is preserved. This mod is nice, and it's actually a great addition to Fallout, simply because a lot of people use weapon rack displays. In Fallout, there are even mods for weapon racks that already have a beautiful assortment of weapons laid out, and it's pre-installed for you. You can't take the weapons off, but they're there for aesthetic looks and aesthetic purposes. And this mod is great simply because it now takes away those really horrible vanilla textures as far as the non-player held weapon. Now this is something that I always found odd, and it made me dislike Fallout, and I didn't know that there were two versions. One that the player character held and the other version that was for NPCs and the world essentially. So putting your favorite weapons on a rack and then looking at them, I noticed how miserably horrible they looked. And I always thought to myself, my God, they put in so little work in Fallout. I didn't know that there were two different versions. And on top of that, if you're holding the weapon in first person, it's so hard to see those minute details to tell the overall difference. Considering if you play in first person, you rarely ever see the gun in third person unless you do a critical shot, you know. So for me, this is kind of eye-opening, and I think it's brilliant that the mod author took the time to do this. He also took the time to add the 4K textures taken from the official Ultra HD DLC pack. As you remember, it's 60 gigabytes, and you need at least 6 gigabytes of RAM for this. And the mod author felt that a lot of people couldn't afford that much storage in VRAM. He felt it was a waste, and he's right. Like, the Ultra HD pack really didn't offer much. What minute changes it did give were few and far between for you to notice. The mod author took the time to go through all of this and take the best stuff to apply to the weapons, and it is clearly shown in the pieces that he has taken care of. It's actually very nice. It now makes the vanilla weapons look as good as, let's say, the Lord of War's armors. Like, the laser rifles didn't look out of place with that armor anymore because of this fantastic HD upgrade for the weapons. I'm really impressed with what was done here, and I think it's a highly immersive mod, and it's a great mod. It really is. Now, for me personally, I don't use vanilla weapons because I find them atrocious looking, but now I can look at them and have a different appreciation. If only this mod was available when Fallout first launched. That's all I could really say. And unfortunately, that's probably going to have to do it for me for now. I can't actually give more of a fuck than me. Rate, comment, subscribe if you so choose. If not, that's totally fine with me. And, you know, follow me on the usual crap. Twitter to Facebook, Twitch, so on and so forth, Instagram. And adios, bichachos.